wondering, why did I fall off the face of the planet? I moved again. I know. Okay, guys, I know. You probably think that I'm 15 or whatever, or like I don't know, 6 or something, and I'm living in my mom's basement or whatever crap. No, I'm a real existing person who has a job and 2 cars and dogs and rents a house. Even though my voice may deceive me. But is this my voice? I don't know. You may never know. Anyway, I have moved from Oregon to Florida. I didn't like Oregon. I really didn't like it. Those stupid roads, my family being there. Yeah. So I moved back to Florida. Now I live in Jacksonville. So, yeah, it's very exciting. First of all, I want to give a shout out to this Kia Spectra. This is the shout out. I think we're going to do this. Like, see if we can find any stellar finds on Facebook Marketplace. And boy, is this one it. I mean, I bet it's in Salem. Oh, no. Huh. Homedale. I thought it would be in Salem, Oregon, considering the condition that it's in. Salem is great, but I'm from Salem. But, it's okay. Anyway, now we are doing, like, the Jacksonville edition, because I moved to Jacksonville, so let's see if there are any awful, weird cars that I need. Starting off with this lovely 1992 Lexus SC 400 Sport Coupe 2-door for $5,000. I mean, it looks in pretty good condition. A little worn, you can see. 129,000 miles. Not on a buyability score, I would give this like a 10, honestly. Not bad. Cold. These honestly are really good. I believe my grandfather bought one of these, and then they ended up selling it for 2 Camrys. This was in the 90s or something. I don't know, my family's weird with cars. And I guess I am too. Here is a 2008 Mazda 6 iSport. On a buyability scale, I'd give this like a 6. It's not bad. I mean, it's been baked. It's a cute car. It's been kind of stomped on. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like it's been in several fights before, but it's okay. Ooh, Chrysler Turismo. Ooh, fancy. Wow, someone went to AutoZone and someone tried to refinish their hood. Wow, great, fantastic job. Yeah, on a buyability scale, 0. Ooh, 2017 for $4,000. If this is a base, I'll understand. Nope, this is leather. Okay. Sometimes you can trust these if people don't know what they have, and sometimes you can't. There are these weird things in the auto industry. Remember in, 2015, I wasn't buying cars in 2015. Did I? Oh, I was buying in, 2019. Anyway, in 2015... seriously, all my sense of time, with 2015 being 10 years ago, it feels like 5 years ago. My internal clock will always be set to 2020 instead of 2025. It's ridiculous that 2015 is 10 years ago. I think of it like yesterday. Anyway, in 2015, when car prices were predictable, right? You saw a car like this, you're like, $23,000. Nowadays, it's kind of weird, right? If you saw one of these for sale, an equivalent to one of these 2013 Mazda 3 Touring, if you saw one of these for $4,000, you'd be a little bit skeptical. They should be around 12, right? And you'd know, yeah, that's probably not a scam. But nowadays, with the way that the car industry is, like I said, it leaves these little pockets, these little incredible pockets of great deals with these EVs that are barely used up, with these luxury cars, these pockets of just really cheap, really sometimes normal, really sometimes weird cars. And that's what it seems to be this is. And that's what this seems to be. This seems to be a normal car that I'm sure, they even give you the floor mats. On a buyability scale, 10. Honestly, not bad. So look at this Honda Civic Sport. This is where at about, again, cars are just so cheap, you know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. Nice interior, great car, 10 out of 10, nice. Would I drive one of these? Not really. First of all, I'm not a Honda person. Second of all, this Honda just kind of looks like a fart, you know what I mean? It's just too angular and sharp. It looks like it's been in a car accident. Like my grandparents, I used to take my grandmother out for dinner, because she, they stay in the home too much. They always order in. And whenever we were driving and she'd see one of these Hondas, it was always one of these Hondas. And she'd look at it from the back and she'd be like, is that car smashed or something? Or I should make some remark about the car being in an accident. Because that's what it looks like, especially when you have older eyes. This angular, shaped, weird, split stuff. I mean, it looks like the car's been in an accident, right? So, here's an appropriate price for an appropriate car. 2007 Mercedes-Benz E350 E-Class. These cars are great. Why are these cars great? They get great gas mileage. They're very reliable. I believe Saul Goodman drove one. Nope, this one is cup holders. If you get that, you get it. This one also is the weird one with the engine start-stop on the top of the shifter. These are very viable. You'll get great life of it on them. But they stink. They seriously stink. Mercedes, they're impossible to work on. They're impossible to work on, and if you ever find the parts for it, it's just going to be a pain in the ass to swap them out, a pain in the ass with everything. I wouldn't touch it. Here's an unbuyable one. 2012, 135i, coupe, 6-speed manual. It's a nice car with a decent price, but I wouldn't buy it. Coupe. Yeah, let's look at the rating here. New MSRP. Ooh, 42. Jeez. Oh, yeah, right. 2012 isn't that long ago. It's like, for an 8-year-old car, that's ridiculous. Yeah, 6-speed manual. I mean, nothing looks off about it. I wouldn't buy this car, but it's a decent deal. It's blue, and I like how it has the kind of older look to it, the older stature of an older BMW. Oh, when a car is officially old, you'll see the listings, and instead of showing you pictures of the car, they show you pictures of the engine or the tires. That's car's old. One of these, they're fantastic. That's my heat kicking on. 2016 Camry. Ooh, $11,000. These are also really great. If you could just find one of these cheap. One of my grandmother's friends drove in one of these, and I didn't really think too much about it. I'm a Prius guy. I just like the Toyota Prius, man. Okay, give me a break. She drove one of these, and I was like, wow, I would actually consider buying one of these. They're really nice. There's so many cars out there that I would consider buying that I probably will never end up buying. Ooh, $3,000. Ooh, big. It's a good car. It's an okay car. But for the price, it's amazing, but there's not enough photos for me. 2022 Mini Hardtop, $18,000. You want to know, usually I'd be skeptical because 2022 is too modern, but I know that no one wants a Mini Cooper, and this is relatively higher mileage for a car that gets used up almost instantly. So I can see why the price is so low. Mini Coopers, they're kind of neat when they completely change their lineup. If you haven't noticed, they can be sometimes neat and sometimes really not neat and bad and problematic. Oftentimes they lean on the more problematic side because, of course, BMW. $2,500, 2017 Ram, looks in terrible shape, doesn't even have a bumper cover. Hey, at least it still has the fog lights, though. I would say that's acceptable. Oh, no! A 2021 Toyota Corolla Hatchback SE is only $18,000? I would assume $27,000 for one of these. They're relatively modern, they're relatively stylish. Wow. Ooh, we've got one of these. I see so many of these where people just list any Nissan or any Toyota or something. Like, it'll be a picture of a Highlander, but like, Toyota Corolla, because they don't know what they have and they're too lazy to read off the back. In this case, they've taken a nice photo of the word Sentra, so why does it say Altima? Maybe it is a listing for an Altima, and this is just like some random photos out of their phone. Some people just don't know what they have. They just try to get rid of these. They probably put it in that way so that when people go looking for an Altima, they find this, like, wow, it's so much cheaper compared to the regular Altimas. Even though the regular Altimas are dirt cheap, and that's why they do that. I don't know. Not great. Probably don't even just know what they have, which is not much. So, 2015 Toyota Camry LE sedan. We've got the previous pre-facelifted hubcaps and the facelifted hubcaps for the LE trim. So it's always a nice touch, a good owner. I would meet up in person and test drive the car, but I would say it's a relatively good buy. $4,000 for 2011. Oh, I looked at one of these when I was buying my car instead of my Prius. Never really liked it. It was the fabric that took me off of it. I really did not like the fabric. I know it doesn't matter that much, but, I was a kid that had, like, $15,000 in the bank from working for years and living at home for years and years. By years, I mean like 2 years. I had a good job, family business. And, I could have spent it on whatever I wanted to. Did I want to save it and buy like one of those KitchenAid mixers? Isn't that crazy to think you could, for $2,000, buy a brand new KitchenAid mixer or a Nissan Altima? I'd rather have the KitchenAid, but you know what I mean. I just was trying to decide. Hey, look, it's a really cheap Volvo V70. I mean, sorry, V70. The V was not the catchword here. 780. It's the hood. That's the joke. Sad that I have to explain that. Anyway, yeah. Ooh, this reminds me of when I bought my Prius. I bought my Prius on Facebook. I think I used Auto Tempest, and then I ended up buying it off of Facebook Marketplace. This one's a really good one. Minus that I wanted the navigation package. Not the navigation. Yeah, the navigation package, which gave you the bigger screen, and the heads-up display, which had the heads-up display, and then the little buttons extra over there. This one is bad. If you just need a car, $7,000. Toyota Priuses are one of the few over 10-year cars that can appreciate in value. Oh, we've got a heap. Yeah, it's a heap. The Jeeps are just not nice. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when Daz Games, I love Daz Games. I'm sorry, I've been watching him since forever. I've been watching him since the Vine days, alright. When he was talking about the vegan teacher, and the vegan teacher was like, he didn't say anything nice about me, he was mad about my clothes. He was like, yeah, she's right, I actually didn't say anything nice about her. There was nothing nice to find. That's how I feel about Jeeps. Like, everyone's like, oh, if you give them a try, you'll love them. There's nothing nice to find in a Jeep. It's all cheap, hard plastics marketed at people who don't have a clue and just want to buy American. And for those people, a Jeep, they're inconsolable. A Jeep is the only thing that will get them to stop throwing their little fit, and for that, that's okay. Holy mama. 2012 Kia Soul plus Wagon 4D. That's odd. I feel, yeah. I mean, was this a stock version? Because this looks like a very, very nice version of the Kia Soul. It's, instead of gotten, like, steel, the steel wheels, STHIL, the steel wheels, in like a manual or something. This one looks 3 hours ago in Tampa. Wow. This one looks like an actual higher level trim Kia Soul. Because with the Kia Soul, it's one of those few cars where, like, you see it, and you have to determine whether it's a higher trim level or someone's just modified the hell out of it. Both of them suck either way. In fact, I kind of trust individuals to modify their Kia Souls and add new crap onto it, then I trust Kia to modify their own Souls and add new crap onto it. This is a 2018 Kia Optima S. $9,000. I feel bad for all the people that bought the Optimas. They're really worth nothing anymore. You buy that car. Also, all of a sudden, why are people obsessed with the K4? Guys, it's a Kia. Come on. If your aspiration is a Kia, I really feel bad for you in life, because apparently you have not achieved much. Great car. Totally buy it. Great. As long as it doesn't have any issues. Yeah, why do people love the K4? It's not great. Same with the Optima. People are going to buy all the K4s, and then in a few years, we're going to see all these crappy piece of crap K4s turning up on dealership lots. When I was a kid, the only two cars that I wanted was the Kia Optima and the Chevrolet Malibu and some random Lexus, because I wanted these wheels, the 5-spoke ones where they tilt inward, and the Kia Optima and the Chevrolet Malibu were the only two cars that I saw, so I wanted one of those two cars. And my family was disgusted by my choice. They're like, you would want one of those? Nowadays that I'm older, I understand why they suck. But it's a nice, a nice remembrance to childhood me and my naive wishes for a certain type of wheel. And then I ended up buying the Prius, which is hubcaps. So, You see, here's another thing that's also sad. The Kia Sorento bases from 2011. There are more of these than you think there would be. This was like the Kia K4. I don't know. It's specifically Kia and Hyundai. They're random bullshit. Just people start loving it. They start buying it. They find out that it's worth nothing. They ended up trading it in for $4,000. Now it's on Facebook Marketplace. That's what happens to Kias. There should be like a Kia pipeline. That's what they call it. So on your contract, it's like, so I should own this for 2 years, not get any oil changes while I own it, blow a tire on the freeway, leave it there for 2 days, then trade it into a dealership where they have to come tow my damn car off of the freeway, and then buy a Nissan Altima. That should be like the thing. And then after that, my car someone will buy my used car, they will keep their chickens in it, and whatever they need to keep in it, they will use it like a storage unit. Then some teenager that thinks he's gonna fix it buys it. It sits in his yard for 4 years, and then he scraps it. That's like the Kia pipeline. That's how it works. Brand new to scrapyard. Sometimes someone doesn't even own it. They just go straight to scrapyard. And honestly, I'm fine with that. $60,000 for a 2016 Kia Soul. First of all, this ain't a 2016. Second of all, Come on, what's with the Unilight? It's not neat. It's not cool. You're not slick, bro. Like, you're not slick. That's how I feel every single time I see one of these stupid light bars. 2021 Toyota Highlander LE Sport Utility 4-door. I have been thinking, now that I have a good job and I make decent money, I know, it's amazing, the job that I have. I'm not, like, trying to brag. I'm just saying, for my age, it's really great, the position that I'm in. I could actually afford one of these, like an XLE hybrid. I couldn't afford a Platinum or something like that, but, do I want to? The question is, do I want to afford it? Because I can. Do I want to? I would say it's worth it. I might, but I just don't need one. I don't live in Oregon anymore. I live in Florida. The roads are flat. The Prius it's having the time of its life. It's great. 2011 Toyota Camry LE sedan. I actually like the green. Yeah, I like the green. I like the beige. All these. Every single one of those came from a fingernail. This stupid dash. The idea, I've talked about this before. This generation of Camry has a weird dash, and people don't often know why it has such a weird dash. The reason why it has a weird dash was the generation before this one had a solid plastic dashboard like you're used to, and then it had this little weird oval cutout that was also plastic, and the idea was of course, the airbag was under that cutout, and then the cutout would blow open, and then But it looked hideous. Because over time, those two pieces started to warp. They came off. They grew. They separated from each other, and it looked like when you try to put a tiny piece of saran wrap on a big dish, everything's just shrinking. It's just like, no, it's not covering it anymore. So Toyota said, hey, we're not going to do that again. So instead of taking the normal thing what we do now, which is making the dashboards brittle and then just making them really, really thin and drawing little grooves on the inside of them rather than on the outside, so that when it explodes, it has like pre-cut lines where it goes and the flap opens. They thought, hey, what if we make the dashboard out of jelly? So they made the dashboard out of jelly. And I swear, your fingernail, a pocket knife, anything, is enough to cut straight through it. And those lines do not disappear. It does not fill in. It is made out of jelly. Seriously, I could take my nails, I could dig them in, I could rip, and I could seriously rip a chunk out of this dash material. Awful. But very decent car, $7,000. Just get a new dashboard. Just replace it with a modern plastic one. I believe they sell replacements. Oh, yes. Very, very nice. I told you about that Kia Hyundai pipeline. I'm sure everything that I just stated happened all within months. They bought the car, it had transmission issues, it went through 3 CVTs under warranty, it was out of warranty, no one wanted it anymore, they traded it in, and boom, now you can buy it for $2,000. Enjoy your paperweight. They're just pieces of crap. They're just bad cars. There's nothing to say here. They suck. That's it. That's all there is to say. This is a Nissan Sentra SV 2016, $4,000. See, I'm surprised the bumper isn't damaged considering how many cars this thing has probably held up on the freeway. You want to know what? I hate to admit it. I like these Sentras. Now that I'm back in Florida, I see a lot more of these. The teenage girls, they always own these cars. Hey, again, nice Nissan Maxima / Altima hubcaps with the regular ones. I'm beginning to like these. They're so frumpy, and you see them so often that if you hate them, you're just going to constantly be mad, and I can't be constantly. Hey, it's another goopy one. Oh, never mind. This is a Highlander Limited with... Ooh, wait, we need to talk about that in a second. Anyway, you got to start to love them if you see them that often. This one... yeah, this is a good car, but the issue is that it has... First of all, you have the sad steering wheel, which means you don't get any buttons, you just get black pieces of plastic. Which, if you don't give a damn about the options, you probably couldn't care less. But this is peeling like a Honda. I don't know what it was, but from, anywhere before 2017? Honda's emblems would do this. Our Odyssey did this. The stupid chrome peels off, it turns into glitter all over the floor, and it turns this ugly yellow color. I've never seen Toyotas do it repeatedly before, so it's interesting to see that on a Toyota. Because Honda, that's like a patented thing. Here's one of these. The Chevrolet Traverse. If you don't know the story behind this car, GM was feeling a little bit drunk, kind of sad in the late 2000s because they were like, Cloud and Honda are taking everything away, man. We need to get back at them, you know what I mean? So, in their drunken state of ridiculous stuff, they came out with the Frump cars, that's what I like to call them. The Equinox, the Traverse, and the Trax. They're elite group of piece of shit SUVs that no one really wants. And now this is where they are. They're stuck on Facebook Marketplace for $5,000, and the only description is AC cold. So, stellar. That one's actually listed for a high price. This transmission hasn't blown up yet. Great deal. I don't see much more. This is it? Oh, that's sad. We haven't seen a lot of Toyotas except for that one. That one's a great deal. What's gonna be the last car? No. Ooh, okay. These cars are mythical. They are strange. They are weird. Because they're the worst of the worst. They will blow transmissions like you wouldn't believe. They will shatter into thousands upon millions of pieces if you put your foot down. And they will whine and groan and ache at you with dissatisfaction if you try to increase your speed slightly on the freeway. But sometimes, like we're talking like, out of 1 million, there's a 1 to 1 million chance that one of these will last forever. Because they do. I have seen 400,000 mile Nissan Rogues with the original CVT. Once in a blue moon, these cars can be more reliable than a Toyota and more reliable than a Honda. But those other 1 million cars are pieces of shit. This one's driven 100,000 miles. I'm guessing it's blown its transmission. Also, Nissan, I'm sorry. It's just ugly. The interiors are just ugly. This big thing is ugly. This weird chinny chin with the side weird Lexus knockoff. It's ugly. The frumpiness of the it's ugly. Just stop it, Nissan. Even though this happened years ago, I'm still angry at you. Anyway, with that, thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I like